Welcome to Talker and Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-hosts, Jen Isgro and Tom Kokoza. Fresh off Jordan Con weekend. How you doing, Jen?
I'm doing good, Joe. We almost didn't make it home from Jordan Con. That's, well, a little bit of an exaggeration, but we had a slight detour in our flight plan from Newark Airport, which wasn't accepting or any flights or allowing any flights to depart at the exact time when we were arriving there. So we were rerouted to Philadelphia, which was not as far as it could have been, but we didn't get home till much later than we had planned. So that was an adventure.
Jen, people want to know what was clicking and dripping.
I don't know. Nothing. I heard nothing. My daughter said she heard a weird noise, but there's always like a clicking noise in the ceiling of my kitchen that's like nothing. It's just like a noise and they like the heat or something in my house.
Yeah, when the heat goes on, the pipes expand and same thing happens.
So it
here.
could have been that. I didn't hear anything. So my husband will be home soon and he'll deal with it.
Yeah. How you doing, Tom? Any clicking and dripping?
Yeah, I'm clicking and dripping. Well, not.
That sounds like some sort of hot
popping and
thing.
locking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clicking and dripping.
Clicking and dripping.
I feel like that's like when I've tired myself completely for a night on the town. That's how I would describe it.
Clicking and dripping.
Man? I'm clicking and dripping. Being rerouted to the wrong state was a fun trip home.
The wrong state.
Yeah, well, it was close. It was the next state.
Yeah, not too far.
We live in New York.
We
were trying to get to New Jersey. They sent us to Pennsylvania. That's not too bad. Special shout out to friend of the show, Daniel Isgro, who was going to pick us up at Newark Airport, which is like a half an hour from his house, and instead picked us up at whatever the name of the airport is in Philadelphia, which is about 90 minutes away. And he had to sit in his car and drive around New Jersey a lot as the airline kept telling us, "Oh, you're doing this. No, you're going to do this. You're going to."
I can imagine Dan in the car.
My favorite part of it was when the pilot was just like, we're having a problem getting in touch with Newark Airport, so we're just going to circle around for a little while and see what happens like 10 minutes from now.
Tom, did you immediately think you were in Die Hard 2 when you heard that?
I was like, in my head, I was basically saying like, just land the plane somewhere else now.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Like, problems getting in touch with the airport are never good problems, and they're not quick fix problems.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't unplug something,
I mean, thankfully there's a ton of airports like within very short distances over there. So
yeah. And I was saying to some people in chat, over the course of the week in our Discord server, if you're gonna have a plane problem, this is the one you want to have, because like we were safe and
well, there was no problem with the plane.
Yeah. They landed right.
It was the airport. It was the airport problem.
Yeah, but it was like, we'll just chillax up here for a little. Like, no, that's okay. Go somewhere. We don't like. I was like dozing off watching a movie, and we were supposed to land at like 1:55, and I was like, Tom, it's like after 2. Did something happen? Like, did they say anything? Why is it so late? And like right after that, they were like, "Oh, hey, we can't talk to Newark." Cool, love that. So. We're good.
But you're here.
We're here. We made it.
I guess it was good then. I wasn't at Jordan Con with you, because I would have been so angry.
When the moment that I knew you would have been angry, when the people that didn't check bags got off the plane immediately and could leave, but me and Tom had to wait because our bags were checked and they couldn't give it to us yet. I was like, if Joe was here and he had his bag on the plane, he would have been so
I'd have like, see, assholes, this is why you don't check your bags.
Even though usually by the time we get on the plane, they make you check your bags.
Yes, they
too,
do.
But,
yeah, they usually
But
do.
yeah, I was like, oh, Joe would be like absolutely furious with us right now. But we're here.
Yeah. So anyway, in the world of the Wheel of Time, season 3 has ended. No news yet of season 4. Yeah. But, we do still have a lot of season 3 stuff to talk about. Just because the season's over doesn't mean our discussion is over. We've got a lot of things we predicted about season 3 that we need to go back and look at and see, well, just how. What's so funny?
Me and Tom are having our own podcast.
Oh,
while
okay.
we're talking.
Sorry.
It's
Please
not really that
continue.
funny. Keep going.
Okay. I forgot where I was. So, we're going to be talking about our season 3 episode breakdown predictions today. We're going to take a look back at them and just see just how great they were.
Really good.
Really good stuff
So
here.
good.
I have not looked at these. I don't think any of us have looked at these since we did them, which was, oh God. Anyone know when that was? We did the prediction episodes?
Not offhand, no.
Let me see if I can go down. Here we go. Episode breakdown. This was
It was
back
like
in
many
December.
weeks.
December.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is December. We came up with these.
Yes. This is yeah.
Oh, actually, no, even further back, November.
It was a long time.
Because
We
it
spent
took us a
long
while to
time.
do them all, too.
Yeah, it was a couple of
Yeah.
episodes.
You're like, I have a quicker way to do it. And it was like 5 episodes long. I feel like.
Okay, as we needed to
Well,
Yeah.
we had some more important stuff
Yeah.
to talk
Yeah,
about.
I know.
All right. So anyway, let's just get into this, right? I think people want to hear how well we did at predicting what was going to happen in season 3 based off of all the knowledge and internet findings and speculations and photos and unblurrings that happened. I think we did a pretty good job. And I'm saying that with no
No
recollection
memory of what we did.
what we did. The only thing I see is the very first thing we put on the list, and we nailed this one. So
Well, is that the one we knew already?
this is well.
Yes.
Okay.
Shut up. It still
Shut
counts. So,
Okay.
so,
So
what
wait.
we're gonna do-
Yeah, let me explain it. We're going to score this. Go ahead, Tom. You want to explain
Right.
the scoring?
Yeah, so what we're gonna do for scoring, just to see how well we did in adapting this, is that we're gonna give each episode is gonna earn points. You're gonna earn a full point if we predicted that an event happens in that episode and it happens in that episode. Right? If we predict an event happens and it happens on the show in a different episode, that episode will get a half a point.
Not episode. That. Oh yeah.
Well,
Right,
no, yeah,
right.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So like in episode one, let's say in episode
No, I
one,
got you. Go ahead.
right. We predict something that happens in episode 2. Episode 1 gets half a point for that. Obviously, if we predict something that doesn't happen, you get 0 points. So we're going to challenge ourselves and see which of the 8 episodes of this season we did the best job in predicting. I think that's the only fair way to do it, because otherwise we're going to score very, very poorly, I think, all around.
Okay,
So
I like this.
it's a contest between the episodes themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just us, and
Right.
nobody wants that. So, all right. So here we go. First thing we have listed, right? Episode 301, To Race the Shadow. We have Black Aja flee the White Tower, women shredding each other, bonkers.
Yes.
Nailed it.
1 point.
Right? I think that's fair enough
Right.
to say.
Yes.
Jen, do you have to check the episode recaps to make sure that
Let me
happened?
check the official Talk Around Riyadh episode recap, and yes, correct.
Okay.
Episode 1.
All right, ready for the next thing. So far, good. We're starting off strong. I like this.
That's good.
All right. Nynaeve reveals Leandrin as Black Aja to the Hall.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
We knew about that one too.
We knew about that too. So,
That's okay. Nailed
Still
it.
counts.
all right. Oh, now again, we don't have this in order, correct order, right? Because this
Doesn't have to be in order.
no. So I'm
No,
going to
it's
say
not
we'll
in
still
order.
get the
We-
point as long as it happens in the
Yeah.
episode, right? All right.
Yeah.
Next thing
Yeah.
we have Bubble of Evil, Mira Rand's attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Happens in episode 1. Now we didn't
Got it.
capture the other bubbles. We only have one bubble.
That's okay.
we had specifically said they're probably only going to do one bubble. So do we want to take some points off for not getting the?
What we
bubbles?
Said happens.
You're right. That's true.
So that's 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
agree.
to add
I
additional
agree.
things on.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to go a little off here. Perrin hears about White Cloaks in the Two Rivers and decides to leave.
All right. No.
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 Nothing.
All right. All right. Do we get
So
like
we were
minus a
too
point? We should probably
specific.
get minus a point. You're right. We probably should
No,
get
we're not
minus
getting
point.
minus. Just
Well,
get
because
no
some
points.
episodes we have more things happening, so they're gonna have more opportunities to score points.
I would say if we give something that's like he leaves, So I wouldn't give us a minus point for that. If we put something in that like 100% does not happen in the show at all,
Okay.
then maybe we can talk about.
So the score is not going to really mean much because, like I said, some episodes have a lot more things in them, so they can potentially score much higher than other episodes. I'm just going to say
The
that.
points don't matter.
Okay.
Right.
They matter. We're in a competition with
They don't matter.
themselves. All right. Bane and Chiad go with Perrin to meet Avienda's toe. It's not correct.
No.
Bane and
it's
Chiad
not
go
correct.
with Perrin to meet Chiad's toe.
Yes.
So all
Wrong.
of that is right except for one word. I think we should get half a point for that.
I don't know. I'm all right.
I think half.
I
To
don't.
meet toe. We brought up the whole toe thing. It's
Well,
pretty
yeah, but
good.
Avienda's toe. All right. I don't. Are you okay with the half a point, Tom? I'm okay.
I'm
with half a
okay with a half a point. I'm okay with half a point.
point. All right.
That's true, Holger. They go to meet Chiad's toe to Loyal, but it doesn't specify who the toe is to in what we said. So
No, it says
technically,
Perrin to meet.
they go
Avienda's
with
toe-
Perrin,
to meet Avienda's toe.
comma, to meet.
There's no
It
comma.
doesn't say. It
There's no
doesn't
comma.
say to
Semicolon.
meet the toe to Perrin.
That is what we meant.
No, let's.
That is what we meant.
I'm
but-
taking- I'm taking
face
it away.
value.
Take it away.
Ah,
I'm taking no points. We can't get any points.
thanks, Holger.
Holger,
That's
thank
it.
yes, thank you, Holger.
That's right.
All right.
I don't know. Jen wants
All right,
episode
0.
1 to win some.
All right,
some-
zero.
for
I
some
want
reason.
everything to win. 0 points. Fine. That's
All right,
better than
Perrin in the
negative.
ways with Loyal, Bane, and Chiad.
Wrong.
Wrong.
No, that's a negative, right?
Well, no, it's a half point because that
Well,
happens, but not in that episode.
It
Oh.
happens in another episode, right? Jen?
Okay,
What episode
Yep.
does that happen in? Like 4, 3?
2.
Oh, is
Two.
it 2? Okay, 2.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have
Yeah.
to scroll. Yes, Perrin
Yes.
and crew arrive in the Jupiter. Well, are they in the ways? We see them coming out of the ways.
They're in the
They're not in
ways.
the ways.
We don't. They're in the ways. That happens. It's
Yeah.
not like a scene in there. Yeah.
So we don't have to see it.
Yeah.
Well, if
for
I
it to
put
be
it
in the show.
no, because they went in the ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half
They
a
didn't
point.
take a plane. You know?
Okay.
All right. Next thing up, we have this might be multiple episodes for some reason. Elaine and Rand's relationship established. He finds her fascinatingly intelligent.
That's a point.
That's a point.
Doesn't say what
Um,
kind of. It doesn't say what kind of
That's
relationship
true.
is established.
Yeah. I think that's.
No, Jen,
A rela-
you know what our intention was when we wrote this.
No, I don't care about intention. I care about what the
No,
words
no,
say.
I'm not going to have
Their
this.
relationship is established, and he finds her intelligent. That's a point.
Not just a general. When we put this in here, we meant a romantic relationship.
Well, then we should have put that.
Well,
and we
I
didn't,
just
so we're
well,
getting the point.
I'm shitty at dictation. All right, this was me
I
typing very
appreciate
quickly.
that.
No,
Come on,
half a point.
jeez.
That's hard. All
Cares.
right.
Just give us the point.
Jen, why-
Half point. Okay. Fine.
Point and a half.
You act like you're getting money based on these points or something. Is there some sort of
I
arrangement
wanna-
you have?
She has serious coin laying on episode 1 to win.
I'm going to be doing this for all the episodes. Trust me.
All right. He does find her fascinatingly intelligent. You
Yes.
could tell for sure. All right. Next. Okay, we're off on this one, but I think this could be half a point. Camelin. Morghese sends a lie to the White Tower to find out about Elaine with Gowan and Galad.
No. She
No.
goes. She goes.
No, she doesn't send a line.
No,
That's wrong.
No. They all show up together.
Morghese goes with Elida.
Yeah.
Separating words. No, that one's
Okay. Gabriel established as sus. Gabriel, sorry.
That's episode 2.
Half. Yeah. I
Yeah,
give
that's a
point
half.
for
Half
that.
point. All right, half point there. All right, Rand decides to go to the waist. He
1
does.
point.
Very end of
Yeah.
the episode. Now here's where we go off because I had that as the beginning of what happens with Rand's side. Or we have that. Lanfear warns Rand that other Forsaken are loose and he needs to become more powerful.
Lanfear warns Moraine that other Forsaken.
She does.
She's already warned Rand of that.
I say
feel like-
half. I think a half.
What do you mean?
I feel like
She's
it's
already done it?
dialogue. It's not a scene but it's dialogue established that she's been talking to Rand every night, telling him he's got to go get Kalendor because the other Forsaken are loose and he's in danger.
That's true.
That's
right. That's the whole Kalendor thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going to give us points for things that happen
Yes.
off screen in the show.
Yes.
But not things that we literally say happened.
But it's not.
We
what
didn't.
said.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with Joe. Like, we clearly meant that they are in a romantic relationship. Like,
I just didn't type it in here, Jen, really, because, like I said, I'm trying to type these things in some of them.
But it's okay for something that we assume happened.
Yes, there's a scene. There's a scene in the show that says this is happening, even though we don't see it. That's telling, not showing.
Okay.
Yeah, the conversation between Moraine and Lanfear says that she's been going to his dream, and they're both saying how they want him to go get Kalendor.
Yep.
Okay.
To protect himself.
Okay.
Jen's.
I think Jen's happy.
Now she doesn't want us to get points. I don't know.
Lanfear,
I want us to get points for the right reasons.
Lanfear, we are getting points for the right reasons. Lanfear threatens him to stay away from Moraine. No. Luther and Telemon voices.
Nope.
We get we get
half point. Yeah.
We get one later on, right?
Half.
Yeah, at least one.
Episode 3 or 4?
8? Oh no,
maybe
6.
an 8.
6
and 8, maybe.
Oh no, it's
I didn't
6.
hear it, but apparently it's in 6.
Yes,
it's in 6.
Alcera, right? That whole scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Moraine feels the weight of her failures based on Swan's conversation from season 2 and decides she's dedicating herself to Rand's destiny.
No, not really.
No, I mean she does later.
But she's never, she's
not based off the conversation with Swan.
Yeah, and it's not like, she doesn't feel undedicated to his destiny ever. She's just like, maybe I won't control him all the time.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. All right.
Say no.
All right. Moraine and Lan have a normal conversation showing us they're all better. That does happen later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Lan's drunk in that scene. So that's half a point.
Yeah.
We'll learn that Avienda can channel. That's another
half point.
So I don't know if we talked about this during that episode, but there's no one is surprised that Avienda can channel. By the way, there's never a scene.
There's other stuff going on.
No, but it doesn't even come up after the fact.
Yeah, there's not much with Avienda after that.
They don't even say
yes,
it's not even made a thing. To be honest, I don't even think my wife realized it. That she couldn't channel it, now she can channel it. No, but it was just kind of, hey, she can do this now. We're not going to address it at all. All right,
that's wise when training happening off screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Avienda tapped to become a wise one. Other Aiel bring the message. That's episode 2.
That doesn't happen like that.
Other Aiel do not bring the message, but they should.
Oh, but she is tapped to become a wise one. So we get a quarter of a point.
Quarter point.
Okay.
Half of a half.
Greed. All right. Let's
I don't
do
think
it.
that's greedy. We got half of it, right? We took something else for half of it, right? All right. So that's episode 301, To Race to the Shadow.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh boy.
That's it.
Right. I will leave final scores at the end.
That was a short one. I'm telling you, some of these episodes have a lot more stuff listed in them. Okay. All right. Episode 302, A Question of Crimson. We had the cold open as Egwene's accepted test starts off with her in the test, and then the end she comes out. So this is
that's not exactly right, but that happens.
It happens.
No,
so half a point. It's not the cold open, but
it doesn't happen like that in another episode.
All right, I guess. If we're locking it in as has to be the cold open, then half a point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's half a point anyway. That happens in the first episode.
Yeah,
it's half a point anyway. It happens in the first episode.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen the way it says.
So that's why you're saying a quarter of a point?
Yeah. She takes her accepted test, but she doesn't.
It actually starts on screen. No, she goes into it, but we don't see what the first thing she sees.
On screen.
Which is what with her starts off with her test, and then at the end she comes out. Yeah, it says we see it. Yeah, it was vague our description of it, but we basically were saying that she's gonna take her accepted test, but we're not gonna see the whole thing. They'll cut to her. She'll go in. They'll cut.
All right, so then half.
All right,
half a point. Ignore the cold open part of it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Elida shows up at the White Tower with Galad and Gowan and asks Leanne where Elaine is.
I'm
I'm gonna give us 3/4 of a point for that because we're
forgot more games than Gabriel.
Right.
We didn't forget. We just didn't mention them.
Well, we
Thanks,
no.
Jen.
What we said is true.
But we didn't get it all right, though.
We didn't get it right. We got it
missed-
kind
We
of
didn't
right.
get it wrong.
We
What we
missed
said is not.
2 key
wrong.
people in that group.
Right. And really, in this
We didn't
episode,
say
the
Morgaze and Gabriel don't go to Camelin. We just didn't say that they did.
What did you say, 3/4, Tom?
I gave us 3/4 of it.
Okay.
Quarters. Okay.
Swan enlists the girls to hunt the Black Aja.
Half a point.
Paranoia. Half a point. Right? Is that the next
That's
episode?
episode 3?
Yeah, next episode.
No. This is this episode.
Is it?
Yes.
Jen, you got the recap.
You have to recap,
Swan?
Jen.
Swan and... Wait. Did I go too far? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. You have the recap. That's just
Hold on a second.
You're supposed to be on
it's
top of
episode
this
2.
recap, Jen.
I just had it, and now I can't find it.
Do a search.
And even later, summoned to Swan's chamber. Swan's worried about the Black Aja. Yes.
Episode 302.
Episode 2. Yes.
All right.
all right.
Got it.
One
There we
full
go.
point.
Full point.
Matt fights Galad and Gowan. That's the next episode, right?
That's episode
Yep.
3. So half.
Okay, so half a point. Matt becomes lucky, has a lucky night.
No.
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 Nope.
No. That doesn't have any luck in this, except in his sword in his fight.
No, he's lucky.
Oh yeah,
in
later on, yeah,
Tenchico.
Tenchico. That's right.
Yeah.
He does have a lucky
He
night.
is.
He does have a lucky night in Tenchico.
He
I
doesn't.
guess.
No, we know what we meant. That's not it. He does not gamble and win a lot of
I
money.
was trying to
Yeah.
do like what Jen was doing.
No,
Right.
no,
Right, he runs to Tom.
It's
he gets the bracelet.
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to grub for points.
Elaine asked Matt to deliver a letter to her
No.
mom to let her know she's okay.
Nope. Wrong.
-3.
That should be a negative. That might be a negative.
That's a negative. We've been doing negatives, right?
No,
No, we've done no minuses.
unless
We
it's-
haven't been doing
unless
that.
it's so
Okay.
far off. This is totally
All
off.
right.
Nothing like this
Okay.
happens at all in the.
Yeah.
Are we subtracting a point? Is this
I'm fine with
gratuitous
that.
enough, Tom?
No,
or-
I don't think it's gratuitous enough.
Okay. Not even half a point.
No, because she sends letters and she talks to her mom about she shouldn't be
Oh
worried
yeah, she
about her.
does send letters, but not about this.
No, not about
No,
this.
or doesn't ask.
She doesn't
Matt
ask
to
Matt to
deliver.
do anything.
She
She
doesn't.
does
really-
send a letter to her mom.
I think she does
Does-
talk to Matt in this episode, right? That's about it.
All right, so it's not. Yeah, it's not enough. There's
That's about
trust me.
it.
There's
Okay.
stuff in here that we're gonna.
All right. Elida converses with Elaine, Egwene, and Nynaeve.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Does she converse with Elaine at all?
I don't.
In the
I
show?
don't think
No,
so.
if she does, no. Only Min, who's not listed out of those 3 people.
Elida talks to Min about her gift. She can foretell and talks about the key to winning the last battle.
That is the
Yes, half
next
a point.
episode. Yeah, right.
Half a
Next
point.
episode.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Now that's one we knew that kind of because that was one of the audition script leaks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sea folk, ship coming to shore, woman putting on shirts.
That is a big 0.
Remember this was a cold open for a while? We were like,
I know. We
we were
wanted.
very vivid about like the cold open, like with them putting on their shirts and stuff. I think we had it storyboarded out. All right. Not at all.
Nope.
Okay. Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min go to Tenchico on a sea folk vessel smash and grab job.
So that's a
That's
half
a
a
half.
point. Half point.
Yes. It is kind of a smash and grab job.
Yeah.
All right. That's what is that? Episode 6?
5.
Oh, they leave for
6 and 8.
Tenchico at the end of 3.
Yeah, 3 and 5.
So.
3 and 5.
Okay.
Which is where we originally had it, and we moved it.
6 and 8. Well, I mean, it's real. I thought it was 6 and 8 that most of that Tenchico stuff
No,
happened.
we originally had they leave, and then there's the Rodian, and then they get there after Rodian.
Okay.
We might still have that.
That is what happened. Oh, that was
Yes,
our
we
original?
moved it. We moved them leaving at the end of episode 2. We originally had it at the end of episode 3.
Okay. Perrin meets Fail in the Two Rivers, who's hunting for the horn. Is
That's
that
right.
this episode? That is this episode.
No.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
it's next
episode 3,
episode,
Jen?
Jen?
Oh, wait. Wait.
He gets to the Two Rivers this episode.
Wait. No, that's episode 3.
Okay. So
Episode
half a
3.
point. Hopper calls Perrin into the wolf dream, warns him about Slayer, shows him, explains dying in the dream is for
-1.
Yeah, that's a -1.
That's a -1.
Very disappointed in the Hopper wolf dream lack this season.
It was Hopper. We saw Hopper.
We did see him, but
not in the wolf dream though, and no Slayer.
Well, it was the wolf dream.
I mean, it was technically.
No, technically it was Perrin's dream.
Perrin's dream.
It was in Perrin's dream.
God, the dream stuff.
All right. Loyal is around with Perrin.
It's true. Lock it in.
Lock it in. 2 points for that one, please.
All right.
This is actually all before. Oh no! What is this? I have
the Two Rivers has some trees in it. One.
Perrin gets back to the Two Rivers to find out his parents are dead.
Nope.
No.
He does get back
to the Two Rivers.
But yeah.
Perrin's not dead.
Here we go. Perrin interacts with Tam and Abel.
Oh no.
Abel steps up. Natty is wisdom. None of that happens.
No. That's
none of that. Lord Luke is there, and Perrin immediately mistrusts him.
Yeah.
All right. Half a point.
There you go.
Half a point. Wrong episode, but yeah, that's right.
Fail is established as tough.
Half a point.
When does she become officially established as tough? The first
episode
2? Is it 3?
Episode 5.
What do you consider her?
I know that. Well, that's what I'm asking.
When they go rescue the girls. So that's episode 5.
Okay, when they go after the Cothans.
Yeah.
All right. Fail befriends Bane and Chiad. That's like episode 5.
I don't really ever see that happening, but
there's a time when the hot clothes, if you want to call it hot clothes.
They're standing together.
But there's a scene, I think it's in episode 7, where they say that they like her a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have a point.
Yeah, like Bane or Chiad makes a comment about liking her a lot.
Okay.
So half a point, yeah. All right, here we go. Egwene is given Dream to Angriel by Swan.
Nope.
Egwene plays around and tell her and Riyadh. Wise One summoned her to the waste to train.
I mean,
no, that's none of that.
She plays around until
she doesn't. She gets tortured in Tel'aran'rhiod and runs away and sees a wise one.
No, but I mean, on other episodes, she plays around.
Yeah, but no, I don't know.
She does play around at the end of.
I'm debating the Dream Terangriel is so wrong. I'm thinking of docking us points for this, but yeah.
The Dream Terangriel was in the season. It was on the desk, right, with Naomi. We did see that.
All right. Well, I'm not docking us any points, but
don't dock us any points because this all happened, just not the way that we thought it was going to happen at all. All right. Moraine is not happy with Ren's decision to go to the waste. Well, that's in episode 1, really.
Yeah, that's a half a point.
She's still not happy in episode 2, though, right? I mean, I don't know, but
she's not. Yeah.
I would say until episode 8.
Yeah.
Episode 8 really is when she says like you were right to come here.
Well,
right?
I think I think after episode 4 she realizes that, though she might not say it to him or anybody. I'm
going to give us a full point for that.
Okay. Lan decides to teach Rand how to properly use a sword. That is this episode, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We saw that. Actually, no. This was before the trailer was released, so we didn't know this for sure.
Yeah, this is a hope.
Yes. All right. I feel like it might have come out in some sort of interview or question or something like that.
There was the scene was seen by other people.
It was the second scene at CCXP they showed.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. All right.
We didn't know it was this episode, but we thought so.
Yeah. Lan bonds with Rand, sharing his past and self-imposed destiny of death. No.
No.
That doesn't happen. They bond a little bit, but that's sword using the sword really. And
yeah, they bond because he listens, not because he talks.
Yeah. All right. Moraine has a dream invaded by Lan for Fear, who warns her away from Rand and the consequences.
No.
Nope, not at all. Lan and Nynaeve are sad that they can't be together. Nynaeve doesn't accept it. Lan leaves. So this was episode 1.
Yeah, but
Nynaeve accepts
They
it.
are said that they can't be together.
But they're not. They also. It's not like.
But you're right. The other part not correct.
And like they're not physically together, but like Lan gives his mother's ring to Nynaeve. Like they're together on the show. They're not physically together, but like they're like we were thinking it was like we could never be together or destiny.
Oh, that's
he's
right,
like,
because of Moraine, right? Yeah, you're right.
Right. And it's not that. It's like, hey, we're married, kind of. We're just never going to be with each other.
We can't physically be together. Yeah, you're right. That's right. I couldn't remember the intention behind that one. So that's the end of that episode.
All right.
That was a lot more stuff in that episode. This next episode's also got a lot of stuff. So this is 303 Seeds of Shadow. Cold open. Jen, what was the real cold open of this episode?
The tea party.
Forsaken tea party. Oh, shit.
So I will say this, just as you were worried about the episodes that have a lot of stuff in them having more opportunity to gain points, but they also have more opportunity to lose points.
Yeah, but we don't. But it's very hard to lose points.
We've done it once. So we'll do it again.
Once. I guarantee.
Do it again. If memory serves, we'll do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure. So cold open of episode 3, Perrin in the Two Rivers. Tam takes him to surprise Perrin and Alana.
That's a half point. I'll give a quarter point for that.
Marin takes him to surprise Alana.
Yeah, Marin takes him to Alana.
That's in the second episode. Right? Yeah, so I'm going to give a quarter point for that.
I feel like we should get like even less than that, but
fine, 0.
No, we should get something.
What's less than a quarter?
20.24.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do eighths of points.
We can't go lower than that.
What is it? 0.0175? Is that what?
0.125. 1.125. Yeah.
All right, quarter of a point.
Okay.
Quarter of a point.
That's what
give us a QP, Tom. All right. Vern and Alana are in the Two Rivers searching for girls who can channel with Tomas.
0.
Most powerful channeler in 1,000 years. Alana is.
I guess, yeah. But we don't know that in this episode. We don't know why she's here until what? Episode 5?
6.
When does she tell?
Yeah, 6.
I think so.
Maxim. Okay. So what do we got?
5. No, it's 5.
Jen has the episodes right in front of her. That's why.
Right? Is 5 when they go to rescue the coffins?
Yeah, but then
that's when she says, like, armies. We need armies. That's why we're here.
Okay. I was thinking of the other scene where she like after she's being healed.
So, yeah.
Okay. Half
point.
Quarter. Half. Okay.
Yeah.
Perrin rounds up farmers back to town. Is this the episode where he has that speech?
He does, but he doesn't round anybody up. They're there. He's like, don't
keeps
go.
Them in town.
I'd stay if I were you.
Half a point?
Half. Yeah.
He rounds up farmers in town, just not back to town. Yeah. Okay. Fael has feelings for Perrin, but he pushes her away because of Layla.
No, it doesn't really happen.
He does push. Well, he doesn't push her away.
No, that doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't.
He pushes her away, but not that. Not like that.
Yeah, not like he is the first person on screen to like establish that they have a relationship in his dream. Like, there's no like he pushes. He wants to protect her. He doesn't want to end that relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 0 points for that.
Bane and Chiad hang out with Fael.
Nope.
I don't think that's it. No, that's at the very end. Do they get a half a point?
They don't hang out.
Yeah, it's a shot at them at the end, hanging out, the three of them.
Hanging out. No.
Down the street. All right, whatever. Perrin rescue mission. Wrong episode.
F point.
Okay, this is a White Cloak scene. Establishing they're working together and corrupting Dane against Perrin. Oh, this is supposed to be a Fane. Together? This is a Fane episode, sorry.
Nope. Not the case.
Now, you don't find that out until later.
Fane's not a White Cloak. he's not working with the White Cloaks.
That's true.
He's disguising himself as a White Cloak. He doesn't do anything to corrupt.
No, he doesn't do anything to corrupt Dane. All right.
Yeah.
I guess no points. Matt goes to Camelin to deliver a letter to Morgaze.
That's a -1.
Yeah.
Matt meets up with Tom and Camelin.
We're gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep it as just a no. That's a no. That's a no.
Matt overhears a nefarious plot to kill Elaine. No.
No.
Matt goes to Tanchico via Domon's ship.
That's also a no.
Whose ship?
So are we gonna?
Doman's.
I'm gonna give 2 -1s for this entire fake storyline. All right. None of this
Gets shaved.
I don't know. Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min stay at an inn pretending to be Aes Sedai.
No.
I'm just gonna give 0 for that. They don't not do that. Like it's just never said.
Yeah, it's not established as something they did. We know they do stay at an inn though.
That's true.
Elida
That's why we're getting 0.
Yeah, Elida finds out Swan sent Elaine out of the White Tower. Straw that breaks the camel's back.
No.
I'm gonna give a half point for that. She does. That's not the straw that breaks her back, though.
No, and that's not in this episode.
Yeah, a quarter point then. Okay.
All right. Elida, intent on bringing down Swan, drums up support with Alviarin.
Yes, that happens. I don't know if that happens this episode though. Alviarin.
I don't. A lot tells me.
I'm gonna give us a full point for that. She does do that. It's not Alviarin yet, but it's all the Reds and stuff.
Yeah, it's the Reds, Sutama and Galena.
I don't know
if
that's episode.
That's in this episode.
Okay. So it is later.
I'm gonna give us a full point for that because that's she's doing that now, even though we didn't have the right person that she talks to at this point. So yeah,
but she does talk to that person later. So
yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay, this is Forsaken. Moghedien is set up in a lady's manor.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The Black Aja. Sorry, this is the Black Aja. Are set up in a lady's manor. Moghedien arrives and takes control. Those are 2 different things, but we'll put them together.
I'm going to give us a point for the first one.
The manor. Yeah.
It's not a lady's
manor.
Manor,
well, technically, I guess she's the lobotomized bride to be. It's her house, technically, I guess. I don't know. But Moghedien doesn't take over.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Rand learns about his heritage from wise ones on a journey to Ruidian. No.
Not well.
Yeah.
He learns about his
Half point.
They mention his
in the next episode.
Yeah, half a point.
Well, also, don't they mention? They also mention
his mother's not Aiel.
Yeah, they mention Shael, right, in this episode.
Yeah.
Well, they just say your mother wasn't Aiel.
That's the next episode.
But
don't
they mention she was a maiden? Don't they mention she was a maiden?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's the beginning of. Is it the beginning of
episode 4? Yeah.
They're in the tents outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Wise ones explain the history of Ruidian.
Nope.
Couladin enters the picture as Dick Extraordinaire, along with the Shaido clan.
That's half a point.
Half a point. Well, actually,
does he show up in this episode?
The Shaido come up
next
in the episode before this, but wait, where are we?
3.
This is episode 3.
In episode 3, we get the Shaido, right?
Isn't Couladin introduced in this episode? And then
no, in episode 4.
Couladin's episode in Rodian.
Okay,
but there are the Shaido are kind of introduced in episode 3 by the ones who, if we think they're the ones who killed the Tinkers.
No, I guess we'll take.
I think they are, but
half
like
a point.
I think half a point for it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Avienda confrontation with Couladin, getting defensive about Rand. No.
Never happens.
Couladin is not buying Rand as Karn. Yes, that's true. Half a point, wrong episode, right?
Yeah.
Couladin asked to enter Ruidian without Wise One's approval.
Yes.
No. He doesn't ask.
He asks the Wise Ones. Oh, he doesn't ask.
No,
right?
he doesn't ever mention about himself going.
He doesn't. He just makes fun of Rand.
Yeah.
Oh, because his brother's still in there, so he can't. Okay.
Yes. Oh, but Savannah does say doesn't say if Moradin doesn't come back, then Couladin's gonna go. Does she say that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that's not, he doesn't. Right.
Yeah. Moraine goes tete-a-tete with the wise ones for most ornery woman. No.
No.
Nope.
Lan meets Aiel clan chiefs who honor him. We learn about his exploits in the Aiel War.
No, not really.
No. Ruark is introduced as Amy's husband and clan chief. Share some of warrior culture of Aiel, clans, steppe societies, etc.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Not
That's
in this
all true.
episode, though, right?
Yeah, this is
it
the
this
episode.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's Bayer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We don't even
Yeah,
know that.
but
husband
it's
and
a
wife
Amise.
until later.
Same thing.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just saying. Sorry. Blair Meese. Thank you, Amise. All right, so what is a half a point? And then finally, Avienda and Egwene don't like each other. Tension due to Rand. This is way out.
No.
All right, guys. Sorry, I forced all of that into this season, but they did not go with any of that to their own regrets. All right, so that was the episode 303. Are we ready to go to 304? This is a short one in terms of like our predictions. It's very short.
Right. This one I think we're gonna do well.
Well, we're right off the bat, cold open. Matt and Tom arrive in Tanchico.
-1. All right.
Matt arrives in Tanchico in another episode, though. Tom, how can you give us a -1 for this?
Tom arrives in Tanchico off screen.
Yeah, he does too.
That has to happen at some point, guys.
It might not have
right?
happened this season, though.
Chico actually moves to Tom.
All right. Wise ones explain dream walking. Egwene begs to be trained. Wise ones agree if she trains as an apprentice. Wise one, she promises not to enter Teleran Riad without them. This is half a point.
Yeah. Half
Half.
a point, right? It's all just the next episode. Yeah.
While in Teleran Riad, Egwene encounters Forsaken Meeting. No.
Nope.
Should have left that last word out.
Yeah, it's true. We just didn't say.
Avienda begins her Wise One training, reluctantly gives up her spears.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
1
true.
point.
100%. That's a great scene, too.
Yeah. Yes. Well acted.
That is a great scene. Shout out to Salome as and Ayula, of course.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maureen decides to enter Ruidian, seeing her many futures and encountering her own death as the only possible way for Rand to succeed.
True.
Correct.
Okay. Avienda goes into Ruidian rings and sees her future with Rand.
I'm going to say
Off
true.
screen.
Yeah.
True.
We haven't been proven wrong yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's clearly in. Yeah,
that.
yeah, Jen's right. It's clearly indicated.
Yeah, although my intention was.
Yeah, we're in episode 4 right now, everybody. I don't think Joe made that crystal clear, but we're in episode 4 now.
Yeah, I said. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, people in chat were.
Yes, we're in episode 4. Cold open was Matt and Tom arrive in Tenchik. I prefaced this whole thing with it being a very short description of the episode. Rand sees Muradin dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alive and dead.
Yeah, all different ways.
Both. Yeah, both. All right. And then finally, this is just a very generic crystal columns. The Dashane Aiel tasked by Aes Sedai to protect the objects. We saw that. Aiel first kill. We saw that.
Yeah.
Sexy Lanfear scientist drilling.
Yep.
Yes.
We didn't see her. We didn't actually see her
It
drilling.
happens off screen, Joe.
The drill. No, you see the drill. You see the drill.
We do
What?
see the drill.
Yeah, you see the weave. You see the weaves drilling. You do.
Yeah, you see in the background. There's like weaves, kind of just like.
Yeah.
I did not see that. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's like a giant weave hand crank. No, but yes.
All right. Column blasts her glasses off and hair.
No, yeah, that's not it.
I forgot about that
How do
part.
you guys not? Well, she wasn't wearing glasses. Wait, finish that sentence. Glass stuff and what?
That's it. That's all.
Oh.
Because we had her as like a
Cold
sexy scientist.
And her
Like-
top button pops open.
The
How-
column god blasts off her glasses and her hair tie.
How
And
do
then
you
she's just
know that did? How do you know she didn't put glasses on right before she gets to the week? You just don't know. Whatever.
And then I have Randuin, which is, yes, we do
Yeah.
get Randuin.
Yes.
All of that. Do we want to count these each as points since they're all?
Are they each
I did. I
a
counted them
bullet?
each as
Yes.
points. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not the sexy
Except for the glasses one.
I think that's a zero.
The pencil
though.
comes out of the bun.
Yeah.
However disappointing it was that we did not get that scene. Maybe there's a deleted scene or something. All right, that is the end of the Road to the Spear.
All right.
Okay.
I have to tell you, it's a tight race so far.
I could even tell you how many things there were in each episode if you decide you want to do like percentages or something.
No, it's even enough just to do it like this. Because again, we're these ones with more things are getting
lots of zeros,
getting some negatives to like balance it out.
We actually did pretty good that episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's because it was short and we kind of knew the most about that one, I feel like.
Well, we were pretty heavy on what we were going to have happen.
All right, episode 305, The Shadow in the... No, is this Teleran Riyadh?
Teleran Riyadh.
Okay, we got this wrong. We got the name wrong. We got all the other names right, though.
Well, not all of them.
Well, we got the race... I don't know if you want to give us... Do you want to give us...
So far. I mean, if we got this one wrong, we had to have another one wrong.
So what I'm saying is, you want to give us points for getting the episode titles right?
Yeah, sure. Why don't we do that?
Even though we knew a few of them already?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we got the first 4 right. 5 and 6 we got wrong. And then 7
So then
and 8
this
we
is
got
negative then, right?
Yeah, let's do a negative point since we knew some of them.
Okay.
All right, so this was really Teleran Riyadh, not The Shadow in the Night. Cold open, Forsaken Tea Party, Land for your Magi, Samael Asmodean, set up plans, new nameless, one has spoken to the Dark One.
Asmodean.
Is this the Forsaken Tea Party episode?
No,
It's
that's
not.
episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
And-
episode 3? Okay.
You can get like a, I don't know, quart. The only thing wrong is Asmodean, kind of like.
And that there is no nameless.
They talk about nameless.
Well, they do mention nameless.
But they
and-
say, like we said specifically, there's a new, right? Where did you read it again?
Yeah, I said new. I just said new nameless. One has spoken to the Dark One. That
Right,
definitely.
and
did
No
happen.
one, yeah, no
all
one
we
has.
know is that someone hasn't spoken to the Dark One. Oh,
Yeah.
oh wait. Does Samael say he spoke to him?
I don't think so.
They imply. I think
Yeah.
somebody implies that they did.
Yeah, but
Because they say
I'm
like
gonna give
you
it-
haven't spoken to the Dark One.
Yeah.
Like he says something like that to like.
Oh, I thought he meant it like Ishamael did. So how if you're going to be nameless, how
Nameless,
come
yeah.
you're not?
I feel like
That's
it
what
was
I'm
kind of I mean, I feel like it was kind of vague on purpose. Like he was just
Yeah.
playing games. But so what do we get? 1/4 of a point for this one?
a quarter of a point.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Varen and Alana discover Matt's sisters can channel.
So close.
Varen
yeah, so
does, but
3/4 of
it's-
a point.
I'm gonna see. It's a half a point. It's the wrong episode. They don't
Right.
discover this until the next episode.
What do you, are you sure?
Yes.
They don't
Oh.
discover this until the next episode.
Alana's
Okay,
not there.
right.
Alana doesn't get
Right.
healed until the next episode, right?
We
And
discover it.
I'm gonna say a quarter of a point because Varen's not in this episode.
Well, then here we go. Varen is interested in Perrin's Taviranness.
Minus one.
Oh, that's bad. All right, we've got. We're gonna get another -1 right here. White Cloaks in Tanchico establishing order set up
Oh,
in
no.
Panarch's Palace. Karadin is leading them.
Yeah, that's all inclusive. I'm just gonna give a -1 to the whole that whole bit.
None of us got Jai Chim.
Yeah, you could have given me like 10
Yeah.
Jai Chim guesses, and I wouldn't have guessed Gray Man for any of them.
Oh. Elaine, Nynaeve, and Matt meet a local named Aginan who helps them find the
-1.
Oh, gosh.
I told you, man. I knew
No.
we went crazy at this.
No.
Magi visits the girls to investigate the 2 Aes Sedai arriving in Tanchico.
But I'm gonna give that a 0.5, right? That
Right,
happens.
wrong episode, right?
Wrong episode. Yeah.
It's next episode it happens, I think.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
episode.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really good.
So much subtlety in that scene.
Did we tell you about, just while we're there, did we tell you Sarah Nakamura's little insight into that scene when we recorded last episode?
I don't know. Did she talk about it on the Dusty Wheel? Because I think she was talking about some
I
of
don't know.
Laia Costa scenes. They were talking, I think there was a question. Oh, Tom, you asked it, I think, on the Dusty Wheel about the stuff she does with the, putting the underwear on her face and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think you asked her during the Dusty Wheel, I think. That's what I
Yeah.
recall.
So in this, for that scene that you were specifically talking about, she was on set, like basically right underneath Leia Costa, because the actors in the scene really wanted to understand like what was like what like where would their heads be at, like with the book, like with like with the weaves that are being cast, like where their headspace is at. So they wanted her there to really kind of dig into the book lore and make sure that they were reflecting that the right way. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. The scene with her compulsing.
Yeah.
Yes, the compulsion scene.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes of the entire season. That's why
good. I brought that up. Yeah.
All right. Fail helps Perrin when he gets wounded during a Trolloc raid.
Half a point.
Yeah.
She helps him. Right. She does help him.
When he gets
but it's not a
wounded during
Trolloc.
White Cloak fight.
White Cloak fight, though. Okay, half a point. Perrin tells Fail the truth about Layla. Was that prior?
Yes, and have half a point next episode.
It's next episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was this episode. Oh, yeah, it's right. It's after the
this is just the they're in the camp.
Yeah. Perrin runs into Tinkers on the way back to the Two Rivers, asks them to come to the Two Rivers, but they refuse.
No, she says no for that.
No,
it's a no. Fail, Sassara, and Tinker Camp captivates Perrin.
no.
Is that a?
It's a negative.
Oh, yikes!
This
episode's not our best.
Tinker's attacked by Trollocs.
Oh, a Tinker's attack. I thought you said.
No, Tinker's attacked by Trollocs. No.
That happens off screen. That happens off screen.
Oh, that does happen off screen.
Yes, half a point.
That's right. In episode 7, right? Is that a quarter?
Right. Yeah, episode 7.
Between 6 and 7.
Journey to Cold Rock's Hold, Shadow Spawn attack.
No.
There is a Journey to Cold Rock's Hold, though.
That's correct. That's correct.
Did we get a half a point?
We can get maybe you get a quarter of scripted, but then they didn't have the funds to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's not our problem.
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm gonna have a quarter of a point for that.
Okay. Avienda is assigned to teach Rand the Aiel ways. Opportunity for lots of
true.
Yeah. Is that this episode?
That's it. Yeah, we're almost out of the negative for this episode.
Moraine and Lan have a conversation about what she saw in Ruidian. Lan's in denial.
I'm gonna give a half point for that because he's not the one in denial.
No, he's drunk.
It's according to you.
He is. That's this episode, or is it the next one?
That's this episode.
You sure?
Hold on.
Yes, starts off with her channeling with the Sarkaranen. That's the cold open, and then later on, he comes over and like kind of gets her out of her funk.
Anything, Jen?
Is it going to be tonight? Right. That's
that's this episode.
Okay. Egwene warns Rand what she learned about the Forsaken.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't really warn Rand about anything other than check yourself.
She warns Rand about what Lanfear was doing to her. That's about it. I don't know if that's
that's really not a warning so much as like you're a piece of shit.
If you're not careful, Rand, you're gonna lose me.
I love best line in the that we got to put that in the nominees for best line. She's a Forsaken, Rand. Like that's
right. And Jen loves
never a more sense-filled phrase was said by Egwene.
What is it? If it helps you sleep, what does he say to her?
If it helps you swallow that or something, like if that helps you swallow it.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Exactly.
Man. Yeah. So, all right, on our Discord, folks, we're doing nominations for our awards for this season, and one of them is like best line.
Yeah. So I just put that. I'm putting that in there because that's a great line.
We'll talk about that more at the end of the show.
Where were we? Egwene spends time with with Avienda as apprentice and commiserates, learns Aiel customs.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't happen.
There's never a relationship really established between those two. They have that one conversation at the end.
Yeah.
She's like, there's a conversation in the next episode, I think, about like, why are you even here?
That's episode 8.
That's episode 8,
That's
I think.
Episode 8? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
That's the walking conversation where they're talking very loud and we can hear them, but we're supposed to assume that the people standing right in front of them can't.
All right.
there's like I think there's a random.
Yeah, there's three of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a moraine and land, maybe. Anyway, while training as a wise one with Egwene, Aviendha becomes friends with her. No.
Nope.
Nope.
No friendship. Did not play into that at all. All right, that's the end of episode 305.
Okay.
Incorrectly titled The Shadow in the Night.
I have to tell you, this one is not winning.
It's what, the next one? This one.
The five. I said I'm going to spoil it, but 5 is a negative score.
Wow. Well, we're going to get into 6, so I don't know how good we're going to do with this one. So we had
really good in the front half. Really good in the front half, though.
We had the title incorrect. We had This is Teleran Riyadh.
Okay.
But this is The Shadow in the Night. All right, here we go. Getting the buzzer ready. Cold open. Tom flashback with Morghese finds out Tarangale is going to murder her.
We get the Leandrin in these things.
What was the cold open, Jen, of episode 6?
Leandrin with young Leandrin.
Oh, yeah.
Is she?
I guess that was a flashback. We got that part right.
Oh, okay. 0.002.
It didn't take place, in the world.
Yeah.
The Westlands.
All right. Alida and company barge into the Armelin study and shield Swan.
Nope.
No.
No.
Does not happen anywhere.
Doesn't.
Not like that at all.
No.
Alida does barge into her study. She at one point, not with anybody, and she doesn't shield her. So I guess no.
Yep.
Alida takes the seat and spouts her nonsense.
No.
No, she doesn't really spout any nonsense when she takes the seat.
No, I think Swan does all the talking.
Yeah.
All right. Alviarin murders Swan. We find out she becomes keeper.
Yeah, that's
exactly that's what happens.
Right.
Got that right. Yes. That was one of our more hotter takes.
Yes, that was something we put in to be like, we have to be bold. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first surprising one for me. That like, wow, we got this right. It was something that was a little out there, but we got it right.
Yeah.
Let's ready here. Saldeans capture Tame with the help of Aes Sedai.
-1.
That's happening. The Reds are there capturing him right now. We just don't see it.
They do mention they do. There's a whole conversation about going to capture Tame.
He is dangled out there as remember this name. We're going to say it 3 times this season, kind of a thing. But yeah.
I don't know.
It's a red herring. It's a red herring in episode 8. Like that tricks, So
no, they really went. The other, not that group.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
Group.
Right.
Sutama
goes, gets sent. That's right.
Yeah.
I got confused. But yeah.
We got a quarter of a point. No, nobody's captured Tame. We
0.
just know Tame is there.
Yeah.
All right.
I put a -1 for that. You want me to make it 0? I'll make it 0.
No, make it 0 because next season we
might find 0, dude.
Next season we might find out that this actually happened.
That's true.
So we could just be off a season.
Light blinded fool. I got you. We're on the same wavelength.
All right.
Tuckerberry has rules.
Mark it 0, dude. Foot was over the line. Where are we? Okay. Carradine is revealed to be a dark friend consorting with Leandrin by way of Moghedian. That's kind of right.
I'm gonna give a half point for that.
He's revealed to be a dark friend
via Moghedian.
He's consorting with Moghedian though, not with Leandrin by way of Moghedian.
Right.
I wouldn't call it consorting.
What would you call it,
John? I don't actually know how do we even know he's a dark friend?
He is a dark friend. He has his dark oaths.
Yeah, she mentions his dark oaths in the beginning.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it consorting so much as
contorting.
Being
contorting. That's a good one.
Contorting.
Love it.
Yeah, not consorting, contorting, or being contorted by. All right, so we got some points for that one.
There we go.
Aguinan is revealed to be Seanchan and has Rhyme
-1
captured.
Yikes.
By the way, Rhyme is back at the tower with a totally different hairstyle, so it was really hard at first to realize it was her. Like, come on, people. You want us to recognize somebody who was in like 2 episodes a season ago?
That's why you put the closed captioning on.
Give us the same haircut at least.
Give us something.
Something. Loyal figures out Trollocs are coming from the Waygate.
True. Wrong episode, but true.
Yeah,
Okay,
half a point.
Yep.
Perrin comes to
Does
terms.
Loyal figure that out, or does Bane and Shiad and
No, Loyal figures it out. He's the one who says, like, hey, we have to close. Yeah.
Okay.
Perrin comes to term with Lila's death.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's this episode too, right?
Yes.
Okay. 1 point.
Look at that.
All right. Perrin sleeps with Fail. They don't. No, they would have if Alana didn't barge in.
I'm gonna give a half point for that.
Okay. That's because she never got to do
These are
this to
things
Sarah.
that would have happened if this other thing did.
There's some dry humping involved towards the end.
There is. Yes, definitely.
They don't actually sleep, I guess, right? So.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Perrin
go.
I feel like that's a drop for the future.
Which
Sorry.
one? The dry hump?
There's some dry humping involved.
Yeah. There's definitely some with this next prediction. We got a Perrin Slayer a Telerenriad set piece, Tower of Genji,
God
5
damn
kills,
it.
some wolves.
Oh no.
-1. We were just out of the negative and we're back in.
Oh.
Remember when we thought, there was going to be like Wolf Dream stuff in this season?
Yeah. Yeah, they'll love it.
Slayer, we took a swing with that one.
This is why we thought this episode was Telerenriad.
This is why. Okay, Jen, remember we had this conversation during the reviews of the episodes where you were very frustrated that they used Lord Luke's name, and meanwhile he's just like nobody in the show.
Yeah.
This is exactly why he did it. This is why Rafe does it, so that we can't figure out what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. Smart call, Joe.
Not nice.
They're like, I'll throw this in there. It'll get leaked and it'll confuse the hell out of them. They'll think like we're going to do a whole Slayer, and then we're just not going to put it in.
Right.
All right. Moraine sends a letter to Swan, but it never makes it to her.
No.
Because Elida intercepts it. No, doesn't happen. Egwene trains with Moraine channeling.
Nope,
No.
Doesn't happen.
Training to channel isn't really much of a thing anymore.
Yeah. They just know.
They just know. Egwene breaks her promise and snoops around Telerenriad, meeting up with Elaine and Nynaeve. Together they train and try and spy on the Black Aja.
I'm going to say a half point for that. She breaks her promise. Just snoops around.
Well, that's not this episode though.
It is this episode, right? It's this episode where she breaks the promise about.
No, at the end of episode 5 is when
it's episode 5. Okay, so a quarter of a point.
Quarter of a point.
That's the heartbreaking, with Matt and his mom and sister.
Yep. Sorry.
Quarter of all right. Savannah, Couladin's brother's wife.
Mm-hmm.
This is her introduction, I guess.
Okay.
So he's dead, meaning Moradin's dead. Couladin wants to be clan chief, so she attaches herself to him.
I'll give a half point. She just says that she's got to do that when you meet her in episode 4.
Yeah. Couladin is buddy with a Wetlander bard who's been feeding him delusions of grandeur.
No.
Nope. Should we give him -1 for this since Moradin's not in this? Okay, yeah.
Well, he does meet with a Wetlander who gives him a delusion of grandeur.
No, I don't think so.
Although she's dressed as a maiden. Okay, race to Al-Kerdal.
There's no race.
Yeah, they don't race. They're just going there.
Yeah, Couladin doesn't. Like, he's just going with everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they don't even
Half
know
a
to be
point?
worried about it.
Since there's no race, they're headed to Al-Kerdal.
They go to Al-Kerdal, but I don't.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's 0.
It's the end of that one.
All right.
It's 0. Here we go.
Rough episode.
This is a short. These last couple episodes are shorter in the sense of we don't have as many things. It's like episode 3 and 2. Golden Eyes. Got that one right. Cold open. Yeah. Wise ones talking about Wetlander plans. Are they scheming? Sweat tent.
No.
There's a sweat tent in one of the earlier episodes. Aeginan smuggles them into the palace.
Oh my god.
-1.
Matt and Tom go to rescue the girls in the palace.
Nope.
They don't go to rescue them, but they go with them in the
Yeah,
palace.
I'm not going to subtract
no.
anything, but that just doesn't. Yeah,
You weren't going to give a half a point?
no.
They
They don't
help.
go to rescue anybody. There's no
They're going to help
rescuing.
them.
They're with them. They all go in together. We didn't have Matt meeting the girls yet. They have not seen each other since episode 2.
They haven't been trapped on a boat together for 2 weeks.
Right.
No, we definitely didn't have that in there.
We didn't have a musical number.
Yeah.
We
didn't have Matt,
was not going to bring a cause.
subtly being friends with Elaine.
All right.
My friend.
Carradine sets a trap to capture Elaine and Nynaeve in the palace, orchestrated by Samael.
Oh my God, no.
Wow, man. Yikes.
This is enough. See, Jen, this is why Carradine was also put in there to throw us off.
Yes.
It's 2 people used in this to totally mess with our heads. But it makes it fun. Matt kills Carradine. No.
Nope.
Fael forced to leave the 2 rivers by Perrin and goes to get Saldean army.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Loyal goes with Bane and Chia to close the Waygate. Yes.
Half a point.
Which
Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. This is
Yeah,
the
full
episode.
point,
I'm thinking
full
it's
point,
the last
full point.
episode. Full point.
Perrin meets up with Dane to offer himself to the White Cloaks in exchange for help with Trollocs.
Full
Yes,
point.
full point.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, Battle of the 2 Rivers. Aram
Full point.
helps.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Saldaeans arrive to help instead of other towns.
Nope.
White Cloaks chicken out.
Nope.
No.
Oh, they
They
don't
do
chicken
not?
out. It's not a chicken out, I guess.
They come and help and fight. That's the exact
No, at
opposite.
first they won't
Yeah.
show up though. Dane doesn't.
Yeah.
Dane says no. That's not really chickening out though.
Yeah.
And then Waygate.
Okay.
What is this? It just says Waygate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have Waygate.
Awesome.
Closing of the Waygate.
Perfect.
No notes.
I'm sorry. There's more. It says Loyal dies at the Waygate.
Right. Right.
Oh.
Kill off beloved character to shock everybody.
Yeah, the one thing we're not doing here is we're not subtracting points for things that we didn't say were going to happen.
No,
in
well,
this
I mean,
episode.
Loyal
Well-
consistently falling through Waygate for next 100 years.
Right. If we have Loyal doing something in episode 8, we can subtract points then.
Oh yeah, definitely subtracting points for
Right.
that. Perrin shrugs off the White Cloaks. Golden Eyes cheer. We did not get a Golden Eyes cheer. I'm very upset about that.
No, we got Lord Perrin.
Yeah, but no Golden Eyes. You called the episode Golden Eyes. You could have gave a Golden Eyes cheer.
I got you. It wasn't really a cheering kind of vibe at the end.
Yeah.
It was more of a
They do cheer though,
they do, but it's not like a triumphant.
It's not a
It's more
happy
like
cheer,
yeah, it's a
but they didn't say Golden Eyes. That's my point. They should have been yelling Golden Eyes.
all right. They do give him they call Golden Eyes a few times at least. It's not like it's only implied. That's it.
No, this is we got to go to the waste, Egwene, because we had
Oh
more.
jeez.
Right, this episode was very wrong because
Yeah.
we should probably get minuses for everything that was not Perrin and 2
I know.
Rivers. Egwene admits to the wise one she broke her promise and does penance.
No, I'm going to say that we have a quarter of a
Negative.
point. A quarter of a point. She does admit that she broke her promise. No penance. The wise ones are not strict or mean in this show. So
No time.
yeah, no time.
Avienda gets punished by the wise ones doing useless tasks.
Nope.
Avienda falls in love with Red and sleeps with him.
Nope.
No.
-1.
Missed opportunity there. All right, that's the end of Golden Eyes.
Okay.
Are we ready for
Man.
the final episode?
We are ready
Yes.
for the final episode.
He who comes with the dawn. Cold open. Age of Legends. Lose Thera and Telemon mad. Post family kill.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
This is the Swan and Becoming Amerlin cold open.
Yes.
Yes.
right?
Okay. While in the palace, Matt stumbles along a cache of magical items and goes into the doorway.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That's he literally draw. Whoa. Okay. So I'm not gonna rehash this.
Finland.
Yep.
Matt hangs from a tree in Ruridian.
Nope. Sorry. Tried to shoehorn that in, guys.
No, did not.
He does
That's my. I pushed it.
Next year, can we put like who disagrees so that people can be right?
Yeah,
morally?
I could put our name. I'll put our initials.
Well, okay. If we're gonna do that, I'll start because I'll voice my disagreement with you guys instead of just going. All right, but that's fine. We're gonna have eight weeks to do it.
I think there was a lot of disagreement being voiced in those episodes. That's why it took so long.
That's true. All right, let's go.
All right. Nynaeve and Maggette and Duel and Tanchico.
Nope. So much so I want to give a -1 to that.
Not even close.
Nynaeve does
Nothing.
She gains all her powers and looks around the sun.
She finds the bracelet and then gives it to Leandrin.
Like, oh, maybe I better go get that. Nah.
Oh, well, this was wrong then. They escape with the bracelets and the Panarch.
Nope.
No.
Almost escaped with the bracelets. No Panarch. Panarch's palace is pretty
pitiful.
Panarchless.
Yeah, we didn't see a Panarch.
Palace is pretty
pathetic.
Pitiful. Pathetic.
Valda recruits Glad.
Wrong about that. That was me too. Sorry, guys.
Not even close with that one.
Nope.
Valda gets it. Avienda tells Egwene about sleeping with Rand.
No.
I'm just gonna give a 0 to that.
Yeah, because we're right there. Yeah. Couladin reveals fake dragon tattoos. Take Shido heads towards Dragon Wall. We got half.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna it's implied. They don't say where he's going.
He does say we're going to go. He says over and over, we're going to go to the wetlands and take back what's ours or something like that.
And they leave. They all leave. So
yeah. So that's a full point there. Rand proclamation as Kar Karn.
Yep.
Lanfear and Moraine fight and die. Moraine finds an Angriel. Lan wants it for her and Rand. She does find an Angriel.
Yeah, and they want it. Yeah, so that's right.
All right. Rand captures Asmodean.
Nope.
No. And here we go. You ready for the hot close?
Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah.
Wave of spears headed toward Kyrian.
That's all right. So that's
no, it's not a buzz. That's
we just don't see it.
Yeah.
There is no the hot close is it's raining.
No hot close. Yeah.
All right.
It's a wet close.
I will say this.
Get it?
Right.
Wet close.
So was the first one.
Not clothes. Clothes.
Yeah.
Wet clothes.
Say it again, please, in case anyone missed it.
I wasn't sure if you got it.
Okay.
That's it. We're done. Tom, you want to give us our scores?
All right. These tell a story. I'll say this. So, we start out strong, and then we get really, really weak. All right. The winner is episode 1 with a score of 9.25.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 2 is episode 2 with a score of 8.75.
Wow.
Number 3 is episode 4 with a score of 8.5. Very close.
1, 2, 4.
Then episode 3, 5.5. Then episode 8 with 1.
Oh my God.
It's a tie for 6th place with negative 0.75 for episodes 5 and episode 7. And then in last place, episode 6 with a score of negative 1.25.
Oh.
Tom, they're asking for you to put it in writing in the Discord.
Yeah, I'll put. I didn't write what the things are, but I'll just put the scores in. And we could go back and match up what we said in the podcast to the chart that I'm going to do. All right.
What?
So I'm going to put the chart in, but I didn't write down why I said this or why I said that. So you're just going to you can go and listen to the episode and do bingo there.
Okay. There it is.
Oh, God.
That's it. For everyone here, the lines at the bottom, the ones and then the 2 negative ones, those are the episode titles.
Ah.
Right.
Wow. 307. And I mean, we knew that was the Battle of Two Rivers. We just
all the Battle of Two Rivers stuff we were right on.
we put a bunch of other stuff.
It was just
in
all the extra stuff that we put in was just not even real, just fake.
No.
So that's it. This is fun.
A lot of horse shit.
That's
all right. I would say, all in all, we did pretty bad.
This is better. This is better than I thought we were gonna do.
It's the farther into the season you get, the worse it gets, I think.
Yeah.
Sure, but we kind of reined it in for the end. We kind of landed a little. We were in the positives for the end.
Well, it's difficult because you commit to a storyline and you can't the whole Carradine thing. You know.
Yeah.
Right. We
Lord Luke too as well. I mean, those were two things that really threw us off, and then of course my insistence that Avienda and Rand were going to sleep together.
Yeah, that was tough. And then, but yeah, I think really, Guinan and Carradine in the story killed us more than anything else. That really, because there was so much, and Matt having his own storyline. That was big too. Right?
We gave him a little bit of his own story, even though we knew he was going to be going to Tenchiko, but we tried to give him some of his own. I mean, he did have his stuff with Min in the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. We just didn't put them together the whole time, and that killed us.
Do you remember, Jen? There was the whole, didn't we get into a big argument about Min and Matt being together?
Oh, I remember we were talking about
this, right?
Like romantically?
No. Like, the two of them just going together.
Because they weren't friends.
Yeah.
They hadn't made up yet. Well, they did make up.
They did make up in this season, so.
Yeah.
So it kind of happened. We were talking about that, I know, in our predictions. I didn't actually write that down, but so we got that right.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm pleasantly disappointed. I'm very happy we got one hot take right with Alviarin killing Swan. Although that's not how I don't think we intended it either. I think we thought that Swan was going to be stilled and captured or in a cell, and Alviarin was going to go murder her as opposed to carrying out a sentence. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We got one thing right there that we had no evidence of, right?
Yeah, no, that was just us kind of. Literally, I remember us talking about let's do something bold. We know they're going to do something crazy. We said the only crazy thing was killing Swan, which was, but we didn't anticipate them also killing other characters that are huge. So
yeah. Well, that was definitely fun for sure. I think it's a good time to wrap it up. Jen, do we have any new patrons to thank?
We do, Joe. Joining the Chumpany. Joining the company of Chel Channon. Joining the company of Chel Vannon, we have Wendy Bale. So thank you so much, Wendy, for your
Wendy.
Thanks,
support
Wendy.
And for being here and listening, and to everybody else, we love you.
I just had Wendy's earlier today for dinner, so thank you for that too.
Okay.
I want to remind everybody to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Join us in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final words, thoughts, Tom, Jen?
Yeah, I mentioned it briefly before in the episode, but go over to our Discord and submit nominations for all the different awards we have for season 3. We're going to pick the nominations that we think are best, and we're going to have everybody vote on who wins those awards. So
yeah, we did this with season 2. It was a lot of fun. So we'll probably pick the nominees next week. So when this episode drops, you'll have probably a couple of days to get in the Discord and put some nominees in there. Yeah, Jen, anything?
Just one more thing in the chat. Light Blended Fool posted the total score was 30.25 out of 95 predictions for an overall score of 31.84%. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, almost a third of it right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Light Blended Fool. I appreciate that.
Thanks for doing math. 32%. We'll round it to 32%.
Yeah, let's round up.
Which is almost about a third of the. I almost said
About
a
a third, yeah.
It's a third.
That's good. Who could do better than that? Come on.
I don't know.
Nobody.
Nobody. We should challenge another like content creator or podcast when season 4 comes out to do predictions, and then.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Thanks everyone for listening. It's a good idea. And you'll hear us next time.